If you are an American oligarch with tons of cash to burn and you've had it with Donald Trump, what would your dream candidate look like? It would probably be someone with governing experience who's already dependent on you for their lifestyle. Someone who sounds a lot like Nikki Haley, the Republican candidate who the Washington Post noted after leaving government in 2018 improved her financial position dramatically, making millions from private consulting, paid speeches, and spots on corporate boards. Because her hawkish pro-business policies speak for your issues if you're a billionaire, right? She's pro-drilling, pro-military industrial complex. She's also willing to sign a national abortion ban, but buries her position in a lot of mealy-mouthed answers about consensus. In other words, she's a normie right-wing blank slate for the donor class. Like the Charles Koch-backed super PAC that raised $70 million last year to stop Trump and has since endorsed and funded Nikki Haley. Probably goes a long way toward explaining why Haley says she's staying in the race despite finishing a distant second to Trump in New Hampshire.
This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go. And the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
And while much of the oligarch class is coming to terms with Donald Trump's inevitability, Nikki Haley's well of billionaire support may not be running dry just yet. According to Bloomberg, a group of Wall Street billionaires plan to post New Hampshire fundraiser for her in New York City next week. For whatever reason, they don't want another 4 years of President Biden, even though his economy is strong and lining their pockets. Because when you really get down to it, it was Biden who had the best night of all of them on Tuesday, winning the Democratic primary, handily beating another bored donor class type, multimillionaire Congressman Dean Phillips, by more than 40 points without even being on the ballot. Joining me now is David Plouffe, former Obama campaign manager and White House senior advisor, and Christina Greer, political scientist and host of the Blackest Questions podcast. Thank you both for being here. David, I do want to start with you. Because to me, it is kind of clear. We were talking on our show call this morning that it really is a choice between three things: autocracy, oligarchy, and Biden, right? Because, you know, let me just give you a few of the billionaires that are pitching Nikki Haley as an alternative. You had the tickets to Nikki Haley Wall Street fundraiser are going for much as $33,000 on CNN. Billionaire Ken Langone is the latest GOP mega donor to endorse her. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon tells business leaders help Nikki Haley. New Hampshire billionaire launches a new super PAC backing Nikki Haley. The fundraiser for billionaires next year. Stanley Druckenmiller, hedge funder. Henry Kravis, private equity. Ken Langone, Home Depot co-founder. Chris Asness, hedge funder. I could go on. So right, can you understand why the billionaire class is backing Haley as an option rather than just stick with the guy who's making them money, Joe Biden?
Yeah, it's a curious question, Joy. Well, first of all, Haley finally, in like the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 outs, is starting to make a more compelling case against Trump. Had she made this case all along, you know, perhaps she'd be in a stronger position. The donors should have been there months ago, too. So, you know, I think that very late. You know, at the end of the day, the only exit ramp available to the American people in this country to prevent Donald Trump's next term, which may be the last term in this democracy for a president, is Joe Biden. You know, Haley has no ability. The only way Nikki Haley could be the Republican nominee is if Donald Trump had a serious enough health issue, March, April, after she's gotten some delegates. That's it. And so that's the only road out of town is Joe Biden. So it'll be interesting whether Haley gets out right before South Carolina because she doesn't want to be embarrassed by 30 or 40 points in her home state, or she gets out sometime in March once we get to winner take all contest after mid-March. It'll be interesting to see what these donors do. Some of them you're seeing already begin to rationalize, well, Trump won't be so bad. You know, it's all bark and no bite. But everything we've seen in terms of their plans, the types of people he wants to hire, what he's saying, his admiration and love affair for Orban and Putin and Xi suggests that if we give him a redo, he wants to model himself in this country on those autocratic countries.
Right. And Christina, you know, you can sort of see, you know, what the beef is that they have with Biden, right? Although, you know, their stocks are soaring, you know, Wall Street looks great, they're making lots of money. You know, as Stephanie Ruhle pointed out, you know, their mediocre son Chad can't get into Harvard and they blame black people, right? They're mad about DEI. So they, you know, Biden's policies are working for them, but they don't like the atmospherics of kind of liberalism around him. And then there's this. I mean, he really is a very pro-union president. And so what they've seen is this rise of labor under Biden. He's walking, I think we have a video of him walking the picket line, you know, when the auto workers went on strike. Like, he's that guy. And so for them, he represents the triumph of labor because labor is also making more money, and they don't like that.
No, and I mean, you know, they're dabbling into social wars, as you know, you and Stephanie have pointed out. I mean, it's definitely, you know, they hate DEI, they hate whatever wokeness is, their various definitions, even though the economy is strong and their pockets are being lined. And so we have, you know, the question is Nikki Haley going to drop out? I keep telling people she drops out when the money dries up, and the money isn't drying up thus far because these mega billionaires, they do need an off ramp, and she's going to be the last person standing. We know Donald Trump cannot stand women. He definitely can't stand women of color. And I know Nimrata Radwana doesn't want to say that she's a woman of color, but she is. And so she will feel the ire of Donald Trump sooner rather than later. But why get out, right? On the back end, we know she'll write a book. She'll get a television deal. She'll get money for speaking engagements. Why jump out? Yes, it will be embarrassing that you'll lose South Carolina, since almost every Republican elected has endorsed Donald Trump. But she still gives many Republicans a hope that their nominee won't be someone who is devolving into, you know, delusions of grandeur, authoritarian and dictatorial tendencies and the like. So I'm definitely worried about our democracy, but it's no surprise that the billionaires haven't jumped ship with Nikki Haley thus far.
Right.